Hi guys. So I was really bored and wanted to talk about something on camera, maybe upload it to YouTube. And today's topic is gonna be how I myself got into metal. So, uh, not I got myself into metal because somebody else got me into metal. That's my dad. So yeah, shout out to him that he got me into this amazing world of music. So, yes, today I'm gonna tell you a full story of how it got. So, I was around the age of 4 or 5 when my dad showed me stuff like System of a Down, all that basic nu metal shit, and I really like it. I'm gonna stand for here, maybe point the lamp onto here. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, my dad got me to this stuff. It's something like this, but it wasn't anything like too serious. I didn't know that even Metallica existed or that kind of stuff. I didn't know even that Pantera existed and all that kind of stuff. So I listened to like the most basic shit without even knowing the band's name, but I just liked it. I just liked it, and it got to the point where at the age of like already 6. I'm not gonna say another number. Sorry. Yes. So at the age of like 6, yeah, I started like listening to more of it. I don't remember specific bands that I have listened to, but all of them were introduced to me by my dad, and they weren't like typical thrash bands and all that kind of entry shit. He introduced me to stuff like My Dying Bride, Tesseract, even like I don't know, all that kind of stuff. There are a few bands that we like together. If you recognize them, Oceans of Slumber, Apocalypse Orchestra, Paradise Lost. Who was also yes, and In the Woods also this band. It's a black metal band that I really liked. I didn't know what even black metal was. I just liked these bands because my dad was playing them and he introduced me to them, and I just liked them. I was just listening to to maximum five, for 5 to 10 bands I was listening. I don't even remember every single one that I listened to. So yes, and there are also a few other bands that I liked later. There was like this post rock that blends metal and rock, post shit band called If These Trees Could Talk. Also, Animals as Leaders. Yes, I really liked Animals as Leaders back then, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, after all of that stuff, uh, I wasn't like so serious about it. But at the age of like 11 or 10 or 11 or something like that, I got introduced to the series of Doom games, especially Doom Eternal. I was a big fan of it back then. It was kind of cringy because I thought that I was the most evil, the most brutal guy in the entire like town and school. Like I'm so cool. I play like Doom and shit. And it was kind of cringy. I like that was kind of cringy. But still, yes, I was a huge fan of this series of games, and yes, of course, they had some like metal tracks. So after I just got introduced to another band, I introduced them to myself, and it was Opal and Sky. And this probably, if you know it, it's just like a pop metalcore, deathcore band, that kind of band that all the time records some videos on like TikTok and shit, and then says, "Oh, metal elitism bad. It's really bad. You shouldn't criticize people for listening to Sleep Token and Slipknot, you know, and kind of shit. Like, it's really, really cringe. But I remember liking them a lot back then. I like them freaking a lot. So obsessed with this band, you know. And there were a few other bands that I liked because my dad introduced them to me. It was Symphony X. Then I also introduced myself to, you know, wimpy shit like Spirit Box. What also was there? I don't even know. Yeah, Spirit Box and shit. I also like. As Open Sky introduced me to a few underground bands. Yeah, but it was kind of crazy because like I knew like a few underground bands and I thought that I was the most metal person in the world when I didn't even know. Like I didn't even I have never I didn't even know the most like basic bands, you know, that everybody needs to know. Like I tell you, I didn't even know who were like Possessed and shit like that. So yeah, this kind of stuff. So uh, basically, yeah, I was that like poser kid and stuff. And you know, after that I introduced myself to a few more bands. The band that I heard my dad playing all the time was Neobliviscaris and still is one of my favorite bands because they're really, really unique. Come on, they blend black metal with death metal, with progressive metal, with freaking violin, man. Holy shit! What could you even ask for more? Holy shit! Yes, they were definitely dope. So, just looking my record collection if I have any bands that I listened to like back then that I can show you off, but I don't seem to find any. Yeah, anyway, then my path went like I became like a deathcore metalcore kid. I started listening to stuff like Born of O series, Polaris, and all that kind of wimpy shit, you know. So you know what are other deathcore bands that I like? Darko Ass, I liked Darko Ass, and I liked Chelsea Green. I like Chelsea Green a lot. Like they used to like, alright. Um, you know, just all that kind of stuff. No, and then I got introduced to brutal death metal and slam, and yeah, the first one of the first bands that I heard was Dehumanized, which is still by this day is my favorite, number one favorite band of all time. I would say it's the greatest band of all time, Dehumanized. You know, Prophecy's Portal and shit. This legendary band for me, I freaking adore them. You know, they're my favorite band of all time. So, yeah, after Dehumanized, I got also introduced to Peel and Flesh. Pretty poser, you know, really, really poser. Freaking hate Peel and Flesh. No, it's cringy, Uyghur Slam, all that kind of shit, but I really liked it. Also, one of my first bands that I liked a lot to this day was. I don't have physical media by them, but I have a photo. It's Anolepsy. I got one buying their shorts. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I gotta show you off. I got my first band shorts were actually them. I got Atrocities from Beyond. I'm not gonna unfold it. And Questions. These were my first band shorts. Yes, I got them from Miasma Records back then. Yeah. I also used to like bands like Guttural Slug a lot. I freaking loved Guttural Slug, right? I freaking loved Guttural Slug. Look at that. I got shit. If I unfold it a little bit, but let me fix this. Garl Slug T I got here, and also yeah, also these two, Megalodon and Intracranial Purgatory. So yeah man. I don't remember if it's my old shit by Guttural Slug, but I think it is. But anyways, I was a real die-hard fan of Garl Slug back then. No, I was introduced to those bands like Defeated Sanity. I was really into Defeated Sanity. Yeah, I got one of their CDs here. To this day, one of my favorite CDs and one of my favorite bands too. Freaking perfect brutal death metal, you know. Makes so many freaking styles. Oh. They can play technical, they can play slam, they can play brutal death metal, they can play fucking anything, man. Holy shit. Another band I was introduced after was Maladoros. I found them, you know, Maladoros and shit. But yeah. But you know, after that, a real break was when I found this video that documented some of the metal subgenres, and it was like 65 or something like that, metal subgenres, and I have found a few real cool bands from there, and that way I got introduced to black metal. How exactly? But this video had a post-black metal band, Harakiri for this kind. This was actually the band that got me back, I guess, into black metal, because, well, back then when I was like 7 years old, I listened to... what did I listen to? Shit. How's it called? God, I already mentioned this band, but I forgot their name. Man, I forgot. In the Woods, yeah, right, In the Woods. So yeah, that band. But yeah, Harakiri for the Sky. The track Fire Walk With Me got me back into black metal. The second band I discovered was Gaeria, which were a post-black metal band too, which by the way sold out pretty quickly, because they have released their newest album, if they have, because they have released like 4 singles from it, or 3 or 4 singles, like freaking released the half of the fucking album, man. The fuck? And other than that, the album freaking sucked. Almost sucked ass, man. Like holy shit, this track sucked ass. You know, their first tracks were like aggressive post-black metal. Their other tracks were too. But this newest album was like whiny black gaze, even worse bullshit that didn't fucking sound like pop metal. It's like you know, it's like sleep talking of black metal. I would say it like that. Perfect explanation, you know, sleep talking of black metal. Yes. But after that, the first like true cult black metal band that has been introduced, I myself introduced. Yeah, I keep freaking saying the word introduced. I found, okay, I started listening to it was guys. Oh, holy shit, where is it? Yeah, it's here. Mgła. It's a Polish freaking band. That's my favorite black metal album still, to this day. Other than Autumn Aurora by Zroot, that's my second favorite. And To Embrace the Corpses Bleeding by Judas Iscariot is my another favorite. But yeah, after that, I just went to listen to like black metal bands. The other one I found was like known as Deus, which actually is the side project of Cannon and Fiber. But my ass didn't know who Cannon and Fiber was, but I already listened to freaking side project of Canonical Fiber, and I tell you, I freaking loved it. I listened to the song "Fuck Your God" like 250 times at least, at very least. And also, plus the song "Save Us," I have listened to it at least like 150 times. You know, it's fucking serious, man. The funny part about it, that originally there was a song, "Frigid and Spellbound" by Spectral Wound, that the riff on the start, Spectral Wound stole from Sargeist. And turns out that then Nonus Deus stole the riff from Sargeist and, well, Spectral Wound too, probably. Well, because already two bands have done this riff, or even more. I don't know. There's just two bands. There's just three bands I know that have done this riff on the start of the song, which is really really funny, by the way. But yeah, this wasn't a video meant for that. This was a video meant for other stuff, to tell about my freaking music journey. So, I would say there is not much to say, but also a few things. I grew out of deathcore now. I really dislike any core, like metalcore, deathcore shit. It just sounds bad to me. You know, it's not my thing anymore. You know, yeah. I never had a new metal phase after I was like 7 years old. I just freaking stopped listening to it. I just got bored of it. Yeah, that's all probably. Funny thing that I got like into brutal death metal and slam, all the kind of extreme death metal stuff, and I never have listened to death before when I got into it. Well, I have listened to it now, but when I was like that, I didn't listen to it. And the same with Cannibal Corpse, Obituary Design, all that kind of stuff. You know, so that's all for today, probably. Yeah, also there is another video I have with like my metal physical media collection update. You should also watch it. But yeah, that's all for today. So stay safe and cheers.